At the start of the 1992 tennis season, there was one question looming for Andre Agassi. When was he going to win his first Grand Slam title? Having reached the finals of the French Open the previous 2 years, the odds seemed good that Agassi's breakthrough would come at that tournament. In the semifinals, he would square off with his former Bollettieri Academy rival Jim Courier, the man who had beaten him there the year before. This match would be no contest as Courier easily defeated Agassi in straight sets. After failing yet again to win a Grand Slam, Agassi would take the next 3 weeks off before heading over to London to play at Wimbledon. Seeded 12th, he was considered a long shot to win the title, despite a surprisingly good performance the year before. Wimbledon was a grass court tournament that was traditionally only won by serve and volley players. Even the exceptionally gifted baseliners like Bjorn Borg and Yvonne Lendl were forced to adjust their games to the surface. Given that serving and volleying was not a natural strength for Andre, he elected to stay back in most of his matches. Surprisingly, this worked quite well for him as he only dropped 2 sets on his way to the quarterfinals. Agassi's next opponent would be none other than the 3-time Wimbledon champion, Boris Becker. Known for his booming serve and thunderous forehand, Boris Becker had a playing style that was naturally suited to the grass courts of Wimbledon. Thanks in part to a tell that Agassi had learned about the Becker serve, he was able to battle his way past the German in 5 sets, setting up a showdown with another Wimbledon legend, John McEnroe. At age 33, McEnroe is a full decade older than Agassi and was contemplating retirement. It had been nearly 8 years since his last Grand Slam. However, the form that he had shown throughout the fortnight of the tournament was top-notch, and he posed a very significant threat to Andre Agassi. Despite a valiant effort, the veteran McEnroe would lose the match in straight sets, putting Andre Agassi in his 4th Grand Slam final in the last 2 years. This time his opponent would be the hard-serving Croatian Goran Ivanisevic. Ivanisevic had blasted his way through to the finals, defeating players like Yvonne Lendl, Stefan Edberg, and Pete Sampras along the way. With a serve that could reach well over 100 miles an hour, as well as a far superior net game, Goran Ivanisevic was expected to win his first Grand Slam title at Wimbledon that year. However, the outcome of this match would be different from what everyone expected. From the start of the match, Andre Agassi's returning skills would be put to the ultimate test. As a towering Croatian would fire 40 aces past him throughout the course of the match, including 12 in the opening set. While on serve, Agassi was able to take advantage of Ivanisevic's discomfort with low balls, moving him around the court until he found the right opportunity to attack. The set would eventually go to a tiebreaker, where Ivanisevic would gain the upper hand over Agassi, taking advantage of a loose service point from Andre to get a 3-1 lead. The momentum would swing back and forth between Agassi and Ivanisevic, as both players had their opportunities to serve out the set. Eventually, Ivanisevic would succeed in doing so, at 10 points to 8 in the tiebreak.
First set to Ivanisevic in a brilliant 10-8 tiebreak.
Agassi would begin the second set with a brilliant display of offense, putting immediate pressure on the Ivanisevic serve.
It's good!
At 15:40, he would get the coveted break, putting him in a driver's seat of the second set. This break would also come at a pivotal time in the match, as Goran was unable to capitalize on the momentum gained by winning the first set. Though he tried to get the break back, Goran was for the most part unsuccessful with gaining a foothold in the Agassi service games.
40
And he would begin to lose focus after a lackluster return game at 4-3 in the second set, a decision that would prove costly in this match. Agassi would comfortably serve out the set just 2 games later. With the match now level at a set all, it was becoming clear that Ivanisevic was going to have his work cut out for him. Frustration would plague Ivanisevic at the beginning of the third set, and he would become increasingly more rattled as Agassi applied relentless pressure to his second serve, eventually yielding him the break. For the second time in the match, Agassi would break serve in the opening game. With the momentum now firmly on Andre's side, he would hold off the Ivanisevic assault by blistering the ball past him. Goran would attempt to pressure the Agassi serve by playing consistently from the baseline and waiting for his opportunities to take control of the net. However, Agassi's aggressive passing shots were more than he could handle, and he would drop the set to Andre 6-4. Goran would start the fourth set off strongly with 4 consecutive service winners. He would then get into a better rhythm on Agassi's return games that would see him break serve for the first time in the match. Being so close to his first Grand Slam title, Agassi would let his nerves get the better of him and would quickly lose serve again just a few games later, solidifying the set for the 20-year-old Croatian, who would easily serve it out at 5-1.
And he will serve to open the 5th set.
6-1.
Despite having lost serve twice in his last 3 service games, Agassi would begin the 5th set with a convincing hold. Goran would follow this up with a strong service game of his own, and with both players performing at the top of their level, it was anyone's guess as to who would come out on top. The first opportunity would go to Ivanisevic, who would earn himself a break point at 3-all.
First break point of the final set.
Agassi would manage to win the point, but would again face danger as he found himself struggling to close out the game. After 4 times at deuce, the game would eventually go to Agassi.
Dangerously with all these second serves.
It had been a long, grueling battle and one that neither player wanted to lose. With Agassi now ahead by 5-4 and Ivanisevic back on serve, the question still remained, who would be the first to get the coveted break? Trailing 4-5 in the decider, Goran would start the game off with 2 consecutive double faults, a sign that the pressure of the moment was starting to get to him. Realizing that this could be his moment, Agassi was quick to capitalize on a routine passing shot winner at 30-all, giving him a match point on the Ivanisevic serve. After more than 3 hours of intense battling, the outcome would be decided on 1 point.
Five, please.
22-year-old Andre Agassi in tears has won Wimbledon. In the final set, a man accused of being unable to win the big one, his fourth Grand Slam final. Anyone who knows Agassi would say the least likely of the major four to win. Agassi has captured Goran Ivanisevic at 20, so close, battling for a country, Croatia today, making his own name in Wimbledon history. A remarkable final. And for the first time in 8 years, the title belongs to an American, Andre Agassi.
Goran, the first of Croatia to be in a Wimbledon final, and you came so close. What was the difference in this match?
No, he played good. I mean, first 3 sets. When I won the first set, I was not concentrating on my serve like before. He broke me twice in the beginning of the second set, in the third set. And fourth set, maybe got a little bit nervous. I started to play better than him from the back. I was hitting, I was attacking the ball more. I won 6-1 and then I stopped again.
Here's the famous grass court player. It was never in doubt, Andre Agassi. Congratulations.
Thanks, bud. I don't know what to say. This is probably the most happiest moment of my life. I don't know what to say.
What was the dangerous point in this match? You were down a break point in the fifth. You served about 30% in the fifth set, Andre.
Yes, I know. I was trying to get him a lot of first serves because he was really taking advantage out of my second. And I knew if I could just hold serve long enough, I could hopefully get him maybe to make mental errors. And I think in the last game, that's what I got.
What is it like being on the court with that guy firing at you all the time?
It was a different world out there. I don't know what was going on. You know, you very rarely get a chance to win a point on his serve, and when you do, you don't want to miss out on it. And if you do miss out on it, you feel like you have no chance. So you have to want it so much up here that you can fight through it.
Well guys, that does it for my take on the 1992 final between Andre Agassi and Goran Ivanisevic. This is certainly a classic match and one well worth checking out for any tennis enthusiast. Please leave me a comment with what you'd like to see next. Thanks again, and I will see you at the next one.